So I haven't made a figure in a while, and in this video I'm going to be attempting to try and make the Leatherhead for the 2012 series of figures. I originally had the Leatherhead figure, but I got rid of it, and I kind of wish I didn't, although he definitely wasn't to scale to the line at all, and I always kind of wish they made just a subline, like a deluxe set or something like that, when the bigger characters in the show they could have asked a bit more for price and like made the characters a bit more to scale, but I understand it's a toy line and cuts have to be made. So I'm going to be attempting to try and make a Leatherhead figure that's a bit more to scale to the line, and yeah, that should pretty much be it. Right now I'm just going to be drawing out some blueprints and then I'm going to be getting to work, so I hope you enjoy watching. Alright, so here I have a very rough sketch of what I plan on doing here. For the limbs here, I'm just going to be using this thick bendable wire. I've done it before with the 2014 Leonardo figure. Some parts may be a bit weighed down, but it's the best I can do with what I got. This part here, I'm going to be putting the wire at the bottom of the jaw and then the top of the jaw, and a separate piece of wire for the back of the head that's going to go into the neck here, and hopefully it will play out the way I'd like it, and so the jaw will still be able to open and close, because that's a big part of what I want this figure to do. And for the clay, I'm just using this original Sculpting clay. It's an oven baked clay, and I enjoy using it. I'm still fairly new with the whole sculpting process, but I think it's fun to sculpt and it's cool to use all the different tools and stuff like that. So once I'm done sculpting him, he's going in the oven, and then I'm going to paint him up, and then after I'm just going to use all the fabric cloths for his wrapping and stuff like that. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying watching so far. Yeah, friggin' nerd. So this is what I've done with the tail so far. I just had the wire here and I wrapped it with some paper to give it some thickness, and then I wrapped saran wrap around that and hot glued it together, and it'll still hopefully will it be able to pose. And I also made with the clay little spikes that are going to be hot glued onto the tail, and then this is gonna go in the back of the figure. And yeah, it's gonna be spray painted green, and that's just a little close-up of the tail there. So this is what he looks like outside of the oven now. All the pieces are hardened here, and what I'm doing right now is I took some toothpicks, cut the ends off, and have been crazy gluing them, and crazy gluing all the teeth just to keep them a little bit more secure on the top of the mouth here, and then at the bottom here as well. And I'm gonna add the wire going in here, and the one at the bottom here, and this one will be for the neck. So it'll look something like that. So, and right now I am just going to be cutting the wire for all the joints right now, and then I will be hot gluing these parts onto the tail. So here's where I'm at with Leatherhead right now. I hot glued them all together, and I honestly think he's looking insane so far. Honestly, I think he's a really good size for the 2012 figures. He seems fairly accurate. He might be even a little bit bigger, but I think he works in very well with the figures. So I'm gonna move these over a bit. I was able to give him the moving jaw, which is probably the main thing I wanted this figure to be able to do. So I'm glad it's able to move. I have a little tongue in there as well. His arms move, but they're kind of weighed down a bit because of how heavy the clay is, so I might have to... I don't know if I can even really fix that, so his arms might just kind of always be staying down, but that's fine. Be able to move around a bit. His legs here. And the tail. Hot glued all those spikes onto it. Still moves, and also helps with keeping them up. Yeah, so just gonna give them a couple coats of this gloss green here, and then once that's done, I'm gonna do the fun part. Just gonna be dry brushing him and making him look a little bit more like the cartoon. Okay, so Leatherhead is almost done here. I just need to add a couple more little details. What I was just doing was painting this cloth material here to make it look a little bit more dirty and worn kind of look. And I also have a white wrap here. And I know in the 2012 version, he only has the brown wraps on his forearms and his legs here, but I think the white wrapping might make it pop a little bit. Plus, it's my own interpretation of the 2012 Leatherhead, so I'm gonna do what I want to do with it. There was also one little detail I forgot to think about with this version of Leatherhead. He has this little like metal circle thing that's like on his arm. I don't recall if that had like a background in the show. It's been a while since I've seen the 2012 version, but I probably originally would have made it out of clay, but I'm lazy and don't want to, so I'm probably just gonna do a little circle of hot glue, and once it dries, paint it black and then dry brush silver over top of it. But he is like pretty much done, so just gonna add the little details here and then I'll show you the finished product. I'm honestly not the biggest fan of how the hot glue looks. Oh, nice. So I'm quickly gonna check my junk drawer to see if I got any cool scraps that would look like the little lock thingies he has on him. And here we have Leatherhead all finished up. And I honestly am so proud of this piece. I think he looks insane. So I'll close up the head here. And the moving jaw. Can go like get some insane scream. Oh, that is so cool. It almost makes you want to do like a Venom custom head somehow, because that is so cool. And it is just that metal wire there. Painted up that gash he's got on the chest there. That's what the arms look like. And the feet. And there's the back. Tail is posable, which is a good thing because he's kind of loose and very top heavy, so you gotta kinda angle him a specific way to get him to stand, which is gonna be so annoying for stop motions, because I'm definitely gonna be doing stop motions with this figure, but I can only deal with that for so long. So let's get into some size comparisons. Okay, so here's the Leatherhead figure standing up as tall as I can get him, and some of the first figures I'd like to compare him with are going to be the ones falling off my table. Is going to be some from the 2012 line here. So there's Leonardo there, and Michelangelo, and another taller character from that line is a Tiger Claw. And I'd say they fit and scale fairly well together. And next up, I'd like to show them with a couple other Leatherhead figures that I have. And first up, it is the 80s Leatherhead here. Ooh. And the 2003 version of Leatherhead here as well. Oh, I saw that, dude. I saw that, man. You can't. And the final comparison here, I would like to show off a couple 6-inch Ninja Turtle figures next to them, and I think they honestly scale fairly well together. It's kind of a bonus that he's able to fit in with the 6-inch and the 5-inch stuff, so that's pretty cool. And also the 1990 Donatello figure here as well. I would like to make another custom Leatherhead figure and try and have them fit in the same scale with the Classic Collection figures here, because I personally enjoy this line. It definitely has some flaws, but overall I enjoy the direction they take these ones. Sponsor me! Alright, so that should pretty much be everything for this video, and I'm gonna end it off with a little photo gallery with the Leatherhead figure here. So thank you for watching. So I haven't made a figure in a while, and in this video I'm going to be attempting to try and make 2012. I'm going to attempt to make 2012. I'm going to make a fucking year in this video. You hear that? It's going to be hardcore. I'm going to start with some bullshit and end with some bullshit. So there you go. Thanks for watching, and